All right, guys. So here's something I just learned. You can invest in real estate using your IRA tax-free, penalty-free. You just need a professional to help you do it. So I'm here with Brian Davis of AccuPlan today. He handles all of this for our investors at Russell Reeves. So, hey, Brian, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today, Kristen?
Good. I'm so excited to learn more about this because this is something that I'm sure a lot of people really didn't know that you could do. I had no idea that this was even possible. So first of all, how is it possible? And why have I never heard of this option until now?
Yeah, those are the main questions I get. So I've been in this self-directed IRA space since 2009. And prior to 2009, I was in the same boat as you and most other people of not hearing about it either. And when Mitt Romney ran for president in 2012, it came to light that he had a $100 million self-directed IRA. So that brought a little bit more attention to it. And then more recently, in the previous few years, Peter Thiel, it came out that he has one of these self-directed IRAs in the billions.
Oh my gosh.
But because they're doing investments into private companies, private funds, similar to the private company offerings that Russell Reeves has to offer, though those are probably more tech type companies, which you're allowed to do. Just traditionally, it seems real estate has been an asset class that a lot of regular folks invest in on their own, and being able to extend that to their retirement accounts is a good benefit, because then people know what they're getting into a little bit more than, oh, I'm investing in this mutual fund. I don't know what's going on there, especially if they don't have an advisor. If they, in the real estate cases, they can do their own due diligence and also rely on the private offerings that like Russell Reeves offers to utilize their expertise. So you just had to have what's called an IRA custodian in place to hold these other types of investments. And that's where these self-directed IRA custodians like ours come into play.
I'm just so fascinated by this process. So what does it entail? Like, what are the actual benefits of doing this, of a self-directed IRA into, let's say, a real estate fund?
So really what it is we're opening up a different asset class for people. So, if they're the traditional brokerage, you're going to be limited to those stocks, bonds, mutual funds on their platform. But if you're somebody that already does investing in things like real estate, and that can take on many shapes and forms, whether it's people buying a rental property as direct real estate, or they're investing in a private LLC like what Russell Reeves has to offer. We're just offering that capability to people that want to do that in their retirement account that they're limited to at a brokerage house.
Got it.
So we're just
it's a diversification.
Exactly. So most people, they come over, they have some money in an IRA at a Fidelity or Schwab, and they bring over some cash that they want to diversify and invest in an offering that like Russell Reeves has, for example.
So I'm just seeing the benefits in this. What are the pitfalls? I'm sure people have questions about that.
And so there's some rules with these self-directed IRAs, especially when it regards to real estate. So there's no self-dealing in a retirement account. So you can't invest like in your own company. You can't and then there's rules about who's what's called disqualified persons from your IRA. And you would think about that'd be yourself, a spouse, parents, grandparents, kids and their spouses, grandkids and their spouses. So kind of a straight line up and down that your IRA is not allowed to transact with. And when you're investing in it, you can't like buy a home that you're a primary residence for yourself. It can be a rental property, but it can't be a primary residence. So the things that people have to look out for are the self-dealing rules and getting their IRA involved with one of these disqualified persons, which is generally a family member.
So tax-free and otherwise penalty-free, because when you think about moving your IRA, the biggest thing is, wait a minute, am I going to get penalized? Am I going to have to pay capital gains right away?
Yeah, let's go through that. Let's say somebody has an IRA at a Fidelity or Schwab. They would move money over via what's called a trustee to trustee transfer. So it's going from custodian A, let's call it Fidelity, to custodian B, American Estate and Trust, the custodian that we utilize. There's no tax consequence for doing that. The same if somebody has an old thrift savings plan or old 401k plan that they want to roll over. There's no tax consequences for that. And then as far as the investments into these private investments, the money comes back into their IRA. Let's say that one of the private investments pays off from Russell Reeves. That cash goes back into their IRA, tax deferred if it's in a pre-tax IRA, like a traditional IRA, or tax free if it's in a Roth IRA.
Got it.
So that's how that works.
Yeah, this is so fascinating. I love that this is an option for somebody like myself, new to the real estate world, and friends like me who want to get into the real estate game, but maybe don't have the capital up front to do it. This is a
Right.
great alternative.
Yes, definitely. It is a
Well,
great alternative, and just it opens up this asset class that a lot of people prefer to be into, real estate.
well, thank you so much, Brian. This is awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. Thank you for your time.